Well, what up, yo? I'm Bombz, Body Entertainment, for Fame Crew, coming live from Arizona, from Porterville, California, Central Valley, to be exact, 559. What up, yo?
That's what's up. Shout out to the 559 because I currently reside in the 559. And
Yeah,
that's how we let. We met. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Exactly.
portable,
Yeah,
baby.
that's right. We met right there in Porterville. And now
Yeah,
you're in AZ, right?
yes, sir.
Okay. But when I met you, we met on on the music tip. You were doing some music and all that stuff. So you want to introduce yourself or introduce your work to the people?
Yeah, started off as making beats, then led up to rapping, but nowadays I'm doing a lot of mixing for my team, Body Entertainment. Uh, man, we got Savage, Tony B, Chino,
Shout out to Tony B,
Lucci.
man.
Yeah, free Tony B, man.
Yeah, that's my guy, man. He was on the roll for a minute. You know what I mean? Before he got caught up in whatever he got caught up in.
Yeah, yeah. All shout out to him, man. He put in a lot of legwork for our team, and he's looking at a bad situation right now, incarcerated, risking his life. And just want to send our love. Free Tony B, forever.
Right, right, right. So, speaking about that, we could segue back into the music. But speaking about that, man, what it compelled you to move from California to Arizona?
Um, Mainly, be honest, fresh out of jail, at mama's, no work. Just twiddling my thumbs, trying to figure out what to do. So just actually one of our team members, Lucci, me and him caught some bus tickets and just moved out to Arkansas out of the blue. We had a friend out there and offered us a job back then and gave us an opportunity. And ever since then, I've just been on the move. Came back west to Arizona, and I've been here for the past 5 years. And mainly, it's just to better my life situation, better my kids' situation. Got to handle responsibilities, priorities.
Right, right. You're from Central Valley, man. We already know what it is. It's lit. On the red side, and moving away from that type of environment to a more peaceful, secure environment, conducive environment for raising your family. How did that transition? How did it feel? Did you feel like a fish out of water?
Yeah, yeah, really out of my element. Coming from a small town, small town politics, and just coming out into the world, just seeing everything from a new perspective. Uh, really changed the game for me. Sat back, stopped music for a while, just sat back and listened. A lot of artists were coming out 2015, 16, 17 from my hometown or from the area, and just took some time off and gave a listen and you know try to figure out who's who, figure out my sound, and that's pretty much where what it did for me. And man, I really encourage anybody else to do so too. If you're feeling that writer's block or not knowing what to do next or thinking your sound is getting watered down, take some chances, take a risk.
Right, right. And also, you're taking a chance, and we're gonna move around a little bit because I know you. So the structure is gonna be a little unbalanced. But you got something going on, man. You're doing something real cool. When I used to drink a lot of beer, and you're
Yeah,
doing your beer thing, man. Tell the people about that.
yeah, man. Got me some. Started off with me a kit, doing some home brewing, and really just started doing some studying. Like I said before, just taking risk and feeling outside your element. And I've been drinking forever.
Right, right, right. I
And
did.
me and my four fame fam, we're big on craft beers. I was just sitting down thinking, like, what goes in this, and just really took the time to read the ingredients and search the brewers and the how they do it, and it really inspired me to do it myself. So took a chance, got me a kit, and this is what it is right here. Actually, Northern Brewing right here. You know, for anybody wanting to start, real simple, under $200. You know, just something simple, real quick. They have cheaper versions and they have the more expensive versions as well. But feel like passing time and gaining some knowledge on something totally different, I encourage you. Yeah.
I like that, Bombs, because ever since I met you, you've been an entrepreneur. Are you thinking about selling, packaging your own alcoholic beverages and selling them at some point?
That's something I have to look into. Standards and regulations on everything, especially with COVID now. So they're strict on everything that's um, do it yourself or handmade or from home. So hopefully that would be something I would take into consideration later on in the future after I master my recipes and learn how to do it myself. And I'm gonna have some some mistakes. Mistakes will be made. We're not perfect, so
Right.
you know we'll see how it goes. And hopefully, I'm working on a recipe right now. It's gonna be called Dead Pine, and hopefully it's the 8%, trying for 9. But we'll see. I'll let you know for sure.
Yeah, let me know,
I'll
man.
bring you a 12er.
Yeah, yeah. I would like to try it, man.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't taste like more liquor, I'm good.
Yeah, right.
you know. But also, coming back home to California, let's bring it back here. What was the relationship that you had? Like, what was the relationship or the vibe that you felt with Black and Brown in this area?
Strong, man. Strong. I mean, close. We're in the struggle together. Minorities together. In the Central Valley. It's Mexican dominant. So you have a lot of Mexican gangs and and the other gangs and and in the system. For us, it's always been black and browns. It's but we take care of others and brothers. Put it that way. In the prison system or in the jail system. And in the area as well. Because we're a small town, farming town, and you know the the race there that dominates. They pick on us. So we got to stick together. And it's always been love, others and brothers. That's our priorities.
Okay. And speaking about the area and employment opportunities, can you break it down? Tell the people what type of opportunities exist here.
Well, I moved 2014, 2015, right there on the borderline. And at the time, it was like I said, I was at my mom's, broke, no job, and work was hard to come by. So at the time, the economy was down and it was horrible. And that's what encouraged me to move out of state and take the chance that I did. And but for the town itself, I see a lot of people now doing the entrepreneur way and getting their own brand out there and trying to start from scratch in the bottom. And I'm seeing a lot of it and I love it. It's it's really inspiring. And but as for the Central Valley, it's real hard, man. It's hard to find a job. It's hard to keep a job, and anybody who has a job is trying to keep that job. And taxes upon taxes, and it's California's crazy, man. California's crazy. I love it. Love and hate relationship with that
Right,
place.
right, right. And you and I were talking earlier about restrictions and laws and things of that nature. You want to break that down? What kind of restrictions and laws that you think inhibit us more?
Well, yeah, mainly. I mean, laws are way different out here. The cost of living is different out here.
Okay.
I back home, you're trying to find a apartment goes anywhere from 700 to 800 bucks for a little 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, hole in the wall somewhere.
Mhm.
I got me a little spot paying under $1,000. Got me a cool little area for me to work with. You
Nice.
know, gun laws are a lot different out here. You know, they hold the Second Amendment pretty high up here, and it's awesome. You know, and
Right.
they have things out here that for your kids I've never seen before. Shooting teams, you know, where kids go traveling around, hot shots, you know, and with bow and arrows and long rifles. You know, it's awesome. And back home, you know, guns are bad. You know,
Yeah.
you have a gun, you're a criminal all right off the bat. You know, and it's way different living out here. It's just the perspective just changes. You know, and along with taxes, you know, taxes upon everything, the cost of living, you know, water, electricity. It's just it's insane. You know, one state away is just totally opposite.
And what's cool is that you've experienced that firsthand, you know, and what that instills in me is travel, man. And what you said at the beginning, take that chance, man. I took the chance and moved out to California, and I love it, you know. And at the end
Yeah,
of the day, you took the chance and moved out to Arizona, and you love it. So sometimes we have to mix it up and
yeah,
get out and do something a little bit different. You know what I mean?
yeah, man. You've been
Um,
all over the world, man. You got one of the best jobs, man. You get to travel and meet everybody. I wish I could do something like that. You know, just travel, and just meeting new people. I mean, new new opportunities. You know, hearing about people's lifestyles and you know their everything. It's awesome, intriguing. It intrigues me.
Thanks, man. And I think that people would love to hear your, stories from here too, from Arizona, California, because we have a fan base in other countries and they really want to know what the vibe is, what the underlying current is. And sometimes you don't get it on mainstream media. You just get what's, overt, but what's under the covers. And that's why I like doing this, especially with people like ourselves who know each other and come from a particular background and have a particular history. We can proliferate ourselves a little bit differently, whereas we're not looked upon or frowned upon differently or outcast in society, whatever you want to label someone.
Yeah, yeah, man. Different. Arizona is a cool vibe, man. A lot of friendly people, a lot of nice people out here. You
Mm,
know, before in California, in my hometown, Porterville, you know, you try not to talk to anyone. You keep your head down. You know, law enforcement, you don't talk to them. You know, you try to keep away from them. You know, and if they do end up pulling you over, you know, it's usually know your name. They know where you live. They know all your family. You know, they know everything about you. You know, so it's kind of hard to be someone different in the eyes of someone who sees you as something and that's it. You know, that you're this guy and that's all you are and that's all you'll ever be. You know, and that mentality. You know, you're stuck with that mentality growing up. So if you can't beat them, join them. You know, that mentality. So coming from a whole different other state where you know you can just be some average Joe and you know walk by, hey, how you going? You know,
right,
or how you doing? Or
right.
you know, stop and have a friendly conversation. Or off, I mean, not we're not the ones for law enforcement, but even law enforcement are different out here as well. I mean, I've been pulled over plenty of times, and it's always like, "Hey, how you doing, sir?" And you know, it's like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
You don't need to search the car or anything, you
Right,
know.
right, right. And
Yeah,
see,
but it,
yeah, I'm sorry for cutting you off, but that's that's what comes with living life on life's terms, man. You know,
yeah,
it doesn't matter what the occupation of a person is. You relate to them on different levels, and they relate to you on different levels, which should be just based upon your character.
yeah,
To
culture for sure, man.
you know,
Definitely culture. The culture out here is a lot. I live right here next to the Colorado River. That's
nice.
throw a rock and it's right there, you know, and just seeing all the we get a lot of tourists that come this way, but just seeing a lot of locals, you know, interact with each other. They have boats and jet skis, and you know, they're rafting on tubes, or they pull up to the river beach area, and more than welcome to let you join into their party. You know, here's my ice chest. You know, open it up, grab a beer. What are you doing? Stay for a while. Now,
Yeah.
you know, people are a lot friendly. You know.
Right. right.
Back at home, people are angry most of the time, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Poverty, you know, people are mad, you know, they see you doing better, you know, they don't, you're a bad guy, you know, or it's, it's a whole different mentality, man. Definitely.
and you said something right there, poverty. So poverty, you think, is the number one cause of the degradation of our communities today?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. I mean, can't find a job.
yeah,
Anybody who has a job is keeping that job. I mean, McDonald's job is a, a good freaking job, you know, in Porterville. I mean, some people would look at it like McDonald's, and it's fast food. Anybody can get a fast food job.
right,
Some places you can't, you know. Some
yeah,
people you you have a job anywhere, you know. It's awesome. You're doing good, you know. You're the most likely the breadwinner inside your household, you know, and that's what it is in Porterville. I mean, there's a lot of poverty and a lot of and people who don't have that opportunity to get a job or know somebody that knows somebody um, turn to, you know, the the crime factor, you know, selling drugs, you know, home invasions, you know, that's when the whole gang mentality comes into play. You know, people need money, you know, quick way, there it is. You know, I see out here in Arizona, there's not a lot of gangs, you know. I don't see that. I don't see a lot of crime, you know, like hardcore crime like that. Just mostly drugs and, you know, drug abuse and DUIs, you know, those pretty big out here.
right.
And but yeah, poverty, man. I think it really sets the tone for the environment and how you come up and how everything is seen from someone else's perspective. Like someone coming in from Porterville probably sees it totally different than me and you know, coming from Arizona, you know, vice versa.
That's deep, man. That's really deep. Now, do we have a solution to this? How can that? How can we change that in the area?
Oh man, vote, I guess, man, vote,
Okay,
vote,
okay,
vote. Really, really look into what you're voting for. I mean, I'm not a resident of California anymore, but I see Governor Newsom, you know, and I don't agree with a lot of things he's done, you know, and all I can say is for residents in California, know who you're voting for and read those fine lines, you know, and really look if you have a if you have problems living in your home state, you know, and you're mad and you're angry at the way you're living, and you want to do something about it. I mean, really look into what you're voting for. I mean, that's all I can really say because they they they're the ones who hold the keys to what happens in California. You know, we can create jobs. You know, that's why I see a lot of do-it-yourself people. You know, a lot of people coming up uh, in the weed industry right now, packaging their own edibles, packaging their own you know, their own eighths, and you know, people coming out like myself coming out with their own beers. Uh, People stepping up in the music game, getting
hmm,
trying to go for that distribution, trying
right,
to reach out, and you know, COVID's fucked up right now, so I mean, no one can do concerts, no one can do live shows, you know,
right,
so everyone's really pushing into to making those mixtapes, making those albums, putting out those singles, you know, girls, you know, coming out with the nail salons, you know, and
hmm,
I have a lot of family right now that are women coming out doing nails and hair and eyelashes, you know, and
right.
really stepping in their entrepreneur game.
Yeah.
And I mean, that really it really inspires me because 5 years ago, 6 years ago in Porterville when I was there, I mean, wasn't a lot to do like that. I mean, it was just banging and slanging, pretty much, you know. And it's hard to start your own business over there, you know. It's hard.
And man, listen, I'll tell you, it feels good to hear you say vote for change, because that is exactly one of the steps that we need to take in order for change anywhere. And being a part of the political process is just exactly that, being a part of it. You can't throw rocks at a glass house,
Yep.
if you're not
Yep.
inside to find out what they're eating. Go inside, find out what they're eating. You might want to join the meal.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You
Especially
might,
if you have deep concerns, if you're
yeah,
if you're that person to, damn this, damn that, or I
right,
hate this, or I hate that, there's always something you could do.
right,
I mean, for myself, I'm not the one for politics. I'm
right.
not the one to really voice my opinion into people's faces or on social media or anything. But I do I do respect people that do and really voice for people. Hey, this is what the fuck's going on. Either you vote for it or you don't. Okay, but this is the choice, and this is what's on the table. You need to do it, or shut up because people are at play. At doing wanting to do this, and I see a lot of misguided people just straight off social media. That a new article comes out or someone said this fake news, and they're
Yeah,
quick to jump on it, and it discredits the other candidate or the candidate. People don't want to vote because they don't know what to believe anymore, and
right.
so I mean, if you really wanting change, there's things you could do, and that's what you want. I encourage you to do it.
My man. And I really appreciate this conversation, and I want to continue it